Hello and welcome. My name is John Strand. I'm the lead course author for SANS HackerGuard, a security class that's a bit different because it focuses on training your systems administrators. And that's a very novel concept. Before we get into that, I want to spend a couple of seconds to talk a little bit about the state of the hack, why it is that we, good guys, are losing. Some things I think that we all know are true deep down. The attackers have a clear advantage on us, right? I mean, they don't play by any rules. We have to. They have a well-defined structure of learning on how to attack networks. They have outstanding, amazing tools for breaking into networks every single day. And in many situations, there's little to no attribution. Many times, even if you know where the attacker is coming from, you may not have extradition laws in that country to make it easy to actually get the bad guy. So that makes for a very frustrating mix. Also, on the computer security side, there's many of us that believe that compliance equals computer security. We've been doing this for quite a while, and we now are learning that this is not true. Compliance and regulations is a guideline. It's a series of objectives. It's not an end goal. And when you're looking at compliance, many times people look at that end goal as though if they meet the compliance standards, they're done with security. Like somehow computer security is a finish line that somebody can cross. It's not. It was just a series of recommendations. You see, if we're looking at good computer security, it's all about knowing our networks. It's all about knowing our systems and our applications. It's not about IDS systems and firewalls and intrusion prevention systems. It's truly understanding what is happening in our network. And that's why this class is so important. See, security and being good at security is not an issue of just hiring more security people. It's something that has to be baked into absolutely everything we do on a day-to-day basis. And our systems administrators are a huge part of that overall strategy. In fact, if we talk about knowing what is normal in our networks being a core concept of computer security, there's no one in our organizations that know what normal is better than our systems administrators. And that's why we absolutely positively need to bring them into the fight. So by training them in just a few small techniques covered over a couple of days, we can make our networks much harder targets for bad guys to try to break into. And that's a really important key point. So what are the class goals? One, to develop tools and techniques to help better know and baseline and understand your computer systems. And that is the main goal of computer security. It's really hard to do. It's not something that can be shrink wrapped into a very simple product that we can then sell or, just simply install on the edge of our network and expect it to detect all the bad traffic. We look at evil, it's increasing at an exponential rate. The amount of viruses and worms and spear phishing sites just continues to grow on a crazy basis. And really the only way we're going to get ahead of this curve is if we start knowing our networks, start understanding and baselining our networks, and in an automated fashion, start looking for changes or deviations from the norm. It's also designed to help you understand where your security team is coming from. For systems administrators to understand how the security team is approaching the networks. Many times security teams don't have a clue. They're so busy trying to keep all the security products in line, trying to keep all of the different compliance checklists in place, go through and finish up all the remediation for the vulnerabilities that were found in the last penetration test. They really don't have time to know what normal is in the network either. And maybe, just maybe, systems administrators could help them better understand it. Also, it's there to prepare you to survive an audit or a security test. Now, I know that hackers and getting compromised is a major fear for many people in this industry, but the more visceral daily fear is that audit that comes up or that network penetration test that comes up. And yes, this class will help you with those types of situations as well. It'll also teach you some cool tricks that'll make you better in your day job. And by you, I mean systems administrators. I know that sounds probably a bit arrogant, but there's some really cool things that kind of stem from better understanding our systems, not necessarily just from a security perspective, but through systems management and monitoring, implementing, the SANS 20 critical controls, using things like visible operations is not just good security, but it's also good systems administration. And that's one of the things that we strive to get across in this class. And also it's to teach you, systems administrators, some cool tricks that'll help you in your day job. Also, it's going to scare you. As I mentioned a little earlier about fear, uncertainty, and doubt, a lot of that is what drives computer security. The reality of the situation in many scenarios is far more terrifying than any fear, uncertainty, and doubt that we can put in. And this class strives to show the systems administrators in an organization the real types of attacks that come across their networks, how attacks really work, and ultimately, how to stop those attacks efficiently. The class structure, we got a whole day based on nothing but Windows baselining, malware detection, enterprise level detection tricks, just really cool stuff that's fundamentally grounded in the SANS 20 critical controls. We also cover systems monitoring on day 2. We talk about it for Linux, for devices, for Windows computer systems. We have a small section that's dedicated to nothing but baselining and detection of attacks on Linux computer systems. And then we have a network traffic monitoring section that's applicable to Windows, to Linux, and all of your core applications. That's all about baselining and detecting attacks through network traffic abnormalities. And then finally, we have a really cool section on active defense. How can we increase the amount of effort required for an attacker to break into an organization? And that's ultimately what this is all about, right? Making it far more difficult, making your network a hard target. If you want to know more, I encourage you to contact Jen Haroon. We've got her email, we've got her phone number, give her a call, or Deanna Boyden. Please call either one of these wonderful ladies and they will give you all kinds of great information about the SANS HackerGuard program. And also, if you want to, come check out our website, sans.org/hacker.guard. I hope to see you at some point in the near future in one of our classes. Thank you very much and have a great day.